Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a massive corporate failure from 2021. It's this incredibly fascinating, kind of scary cautionary tale that perfectly captures what happens when you have exactly the right math, but, well, the wrong world.
So, picture this. In 2021, a total real estate giant shut down an entire division and literally wrote off hundreds of millions of dollars. But here's the fascinating part, right? They didn't fail because their algorithm was dumb or, poorly coded. Not at all. They failed because the real world simply changed way faster than their data could keep up. Section 1. An elegant algorithm. Zillow offers machine learning model.
Zillow built this business called Zillow Offers, and the underlying idea, honestly, it was incredibly elegant. It was basically a 4-step playbook. Step 1, use a super smart machine learning model to predict what a home would be worth. Step 2, buy the house at that exact predicted price. Step 3, do some light work to freshen up the property. And finally, Step 4, resell it for a small but highly reliable profit. For years, backed by literal mountains of historical data on home prices, this model worked beautifully. It learned the intricate day-to-day patterns of the housing market absolutely perfectly. Section 2, the pandemic trap, when the ground shifts. You see, the model was trained on the old market, a world built entirely out of historical data and nice, predictable, steady patterns. But then, the pandemic hit. It acted as this sudden, massive catalyst, and the ground just shifted completely. Practically overnight, we were thrust into a new market, one characterized by completely scrambled prices, wildly unpredictable demand, and totally foreign timelines. And guys, here's the trap. The model was suddenly forced to make million-dollar decisions in a chaotic new world that no longer behaved anything like the one it had actually learned from. Section 3. The fallout. Confidently, expensively wrong. Because the model simply didn't know the world had fundamentally changed, it just kept on confidently predicting prices. It systematically made totally incorrect choices, buying thousands of homes at prices that reflected a reality that had already vanished. By the time this massive mismatch became obvious to the human operators, wow, the damage was absolute. $881 million. That is the staggering write-down Zillow suffered before they were forced to just shut the whole division down entirely. And of course, there was a very real, profound human cost to this failure. Zillow was forced to cut a full 25% of its workforce. A quarter of their employees just gone. But the absolutely crucial point to remember here, the algorithm wasn't actually broken. It wasn't glitching out. It did exactly what it was trained to do.
Section 4. Understanding data drift. The invisible villain.
The problem was simply that the model's data no longer matched reality. And this very specific problem actually has a name, and it is a total invisible villain for any automated system. We call it data drift. Data drift is exactly what it sounds like. It happens when the real world slowly, or in this case, suddenly, drifts away from the world a model was initially trained on, causing its predictions to basically rot without any warning whatsoever. I mean, there's no system crash. There's no blinking red warning light on a dashboard. The model just keeps running, confidently and expensively wrong.
Section 5. The expiry date of data. The ultimate lesson.
So what do we take away from this? The ultimate lesson here isn't that we shouldn't trust machine learning models. Far from it. It's realizing that a model's knowledge always has an expiry date. Data isn't just something you collect once, put on a digital shelf, and consider finished. No way. You have to constantly watch the data. You have to keep refreshing the models. And most importantly, keep continually checking them against the real world. Because the exact moment reality moves and your data doesn't, well, even a genuinely great model will start making $800 million mistakes with absolute confidence. Which leaves us with one final, vital question to ask ourselves about the data and the assumptions we all rely on today. Has your data passed its expiry date? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep your eyes on the real world, and I'll catch you next time.